Good morning everyone and welcome to you in this daily update on mainly Bitcoin today. Hope you had a very nice weekend with this bloody Bitcoin we've got over, well, yesterday night to be fair. I was away all the weekend here, so I've not been able to trade any of this, but gave another short target before the weekend that did play out very nicely. No longs taken, nothing here as I say in the, well, no longs for me in there. So yeah, pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy to see a drop. Everything is dropping massively, but again, this is, well, at the end very nice because the lower we go, higher we can get next. But yeah, so microphone normally is it a good microphone? Yes, it is working well, pretty perfect. So yeah, hope you all had a very nice weekend as I said. Normally everything is working correctly. Just gonna add here, bam, perfect. So Bitcoin, let's update the levels. Where is a wave, by the way? Normally the wave are here, so this was a second possible long trade. Okay, we've got, you know, the first one. We recognize this was not a good long trade. Did not took the long here. I did not took the long here. We've got a retest target. We did got a bounce, but still did not took any long in here. And we have planned a swing through. You know, we've planned this short target. We did got this short, but next we've planned another short here. And yeah, I did not took any long over there. All of this here happened basically yesterday night, but well, went completely through. I was at the restaurant by the way when this happened, and so next we went into, you know, the last chance for a bounce around the daily level. Took a scalp on here, but nothing crazy, it was just a scalp, and so took profit directly on the new high, and then we've got a full reversal and went to the bed basically next because I'm pretty tired of my weekend. But yeah, so yeah, this is pretty lovely to see this drop here. We can take now, well, this configuration we have planned, so this ABC flat into the second X wave, and now we can look for the Z wave to the downside. But yeah, first of all, let's update the levels. So yeah, this was a short we have planned the last update. Basically, this was based off this resistance with, you know, the MC strat that it ended up pretty nicely, not gonna lie. We've got a, well, the MC strat was literally the top, and so you've got a retest. That was basically what I was saying in Discord, you know. So here, posted with a wall message, when the screenshot of every message. If you miss a today's short with this this swing through panic fail auction, sorry, can give something. Just gonna reduce a bit of music on my side. I cannot hear myself otherwise. So this swing through pan fail auction of this top here can give something. We got one swing through pan here, but as I said, I will it will be nice to make a new high. And I'm talking about this high only. So, and yes, next I just went on my weekend basically, but yeah, we did took the highs once more. As you can see here, we took the high and we ended up here in a massive fail auction above. So I took the short before to go on the weekend, and that brings us with this lovely short and even more profit on well, right now. So it's pretty lovely, not gonna lie. So yeah, what a short trade. I'm happy that I did not took any long here. Well, a scalp here at the daily, but took the trade. Where was that? By the normally it was here. And I took the yeah, took the long of the retest. You got a nice MC long reaction here before the little pump, took profit at the new high, and then, well, all of this was at night. I was in my bed sleeping nicely, and we've got a lower, so that's pretty lovely. So let's go first of all on a weekly time frame. So if we have any new weekly level, we don't have any. So let's check here the daily levels. We have one new daily. We can get rid of that now. We can remove the DNPOC test on the 250 ticks, 250 ticks. So this is pretty nice. It looks like this is working well on the one over here, and let's go on exo charts. So we can get rid of all the small levels here, to be honest with you. This one. What was that daily here? Yeah, we don't care anymore. Ah. There you go. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. This weekly level here. We can get rid of that. I'm just going to keep these two levels just in case we get a massive reclaim now, and this can still act as resistance, as we've got nothing really crazy here happening. As you can see, just went completely through, so we can, if we manage to bounce and reclaim everything, reclaim some targets we're going to plan, this can be a resistance still. So I'm going to keep these for the moment. Just gonna get rid of a few things here. Perfect. TPO, and we are good. Gap bottom, we don't care anymore. By the way, we might get a massive gap now. Wow, yes, indeed, we do have a massive gap here. So we have the top of the gap, and we have the and we have the bottom here of the gap. So again, this is a very, very, very key zone here. As always, this bottom of the gap is a resistance. If we start getting acceptance back into the gap, we expect the gap here to go to be filled, so to go to the top of the gap, so to speak. Reclaim 79,500 on the CME, we can expect 84,000 next. Okay, so be aware of that. Again, this is a resistance. Okay, so we can just flip this into resistance and get a short trade of this again. But if we start to get some counter close in there, get acceptance into this gap, we are going to fill it most likely. We'll have then the top of the gap that is a resistance, and next we'll have another gap here. So again, resistance. If we get acceptance in there, we can look for the gap to be filled, and so to go to the top of it. Okay. So very important gap here. And now let's update the levels from Excel chart. So let's go on Excel charts is there. Okay, so let's do this. We have a weekly negative path control 82.8950, 895 by the way. So 82.895. Let's see on the TIX1 and the TIX500 now, because the TIX changed on Bybit. So 83.500. So let's see where this is. Whoop, this is not really. Yeah, we don't really care. So let's add back, it was 100, yeah? Yeah. So 100 is there, so let's try with, well, let's do this, 500, and it is the same, 872. Yeah, nice. So let's take that one, 82.875. There is nothing real, no real big difference, but... And normally on the TIX1 we have two here. Yeah, we have one at the low right now. Okay, nice. So this is done. Then we have what here? We have 83 on the TIX50, 83,437.5. Okay, on the TIX, so 250. Nothing. And on the TIX1 here we have what? Nothing. Okay, so let's add back the TIX50. Then, wow, this is a pretty fucked up chart, not gonna lie. Look at the fingerprints. 84, this one is the front run. 82,691.6. 82,691.6. 82,691.6. Let's try. Come on, I did not change the ticks. Why are you lagging like this? Come on, why? Oh man, this is very annoying, not gonna lie. Let's try 40. Six nine zero. Yeah, this is basically the same. Hopefully this is not too laggy. It looks like it's okay. So you're gonna load it, or okay, perfect. 82.6. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep that one. Let's do this again, and let's see at the naked session path control here. So we have 3 at the tops, 83.438. Boom. Good. We have right under the NPOC 83. What the fuck? 83.130. Yes. And just the last one, and then we're good. 82.710. Yeah, all the levels are at the top basically. Do we have any other one here? Yes. 78.550. No, 78. Boom. Perfect. So we can get rid of that. Yeah, nice. Okay. So this is good. What says the order flow here? Very strong move to the downside. Just now we have some big liquidations, but I mean 76,500 from here. We just start getting, yeah. So since we took the lows, we of course stop a lot of trades. You can see here we have a big decrease of the open interest while moving down. So this is weak, but again the downtrend before, you can see all the open interest here is fully increasing. It means that there are shorts basically coming in, or some longs but massively absorbed. That was not the case. So this was a very strong move down, and since we took the low, that makes sense. We stopped it, of course, a lot of longs. You can see here all the open interest is decreasing now, and now we're having a lot of longs. So let's see. Nothing crazy here. Let me see log reaction the 5 minutes. Maybe you got something of the retest here. The amount of longs getting stopped out here is not that crazy, not gonna lie. 20 million, 12 million, could get bigger to be fair. Still big, but alright. Yeah, you can see here before to get a bit of, well, the pump right now. You can see how the lows are absorbed basically. Oh, can we see here? Or? Yeah, you can see here low, 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 high, low, high, low. So all the shorts basically coming in here are all getting absorbed. And next you get a bit of demand to reverse all of this. You have the market structure change. Not this one, but this one, yeah. You hold the previous high, and you get even more longs to push this a little bit higher. So yeah, this is pretty cool. If you took the scalp, congrats, that was a nice one. Yeah, anyways, let's update the chart here. So, let's move this here. And let's do this, and let's move this down here also. So where is, let's get rid of that one here. Well, it's the same basically, to be fair, and let's move this down there. Wow, okay, yes, there is a big difference on that one. Okay, so the first sign of strength really on Bitcoin, if we have to bounce from here, will be to get a reclaim of 79,000 basically. You can see we have this nice value low of the wall downtrend here from the all-time high, how this value low around 79,000 basically. If I'm correct, 79,000 is the bottom of the gap. Yeah, 79,500, so this makes sense. So this 79,000 is a very big resistance, okay? If we start to reclaim this value low, so to speak, the bottom of the gap, we expect the gap to be filled, and so as I said before, to go to the top of the gap, so to speak, 84,500. So 84,500, all the resistance between 79,000 and 84,500, we do not really care, to be honest with you, because we might go through. So 84,500, yeah, so to speak, if we get acceptance above this value area low, we expect next to go to 84,500. So to speak, we go, yeah, around this top basically. Okay, so very simple thing. If you start to reclaim, you have these long trades. Again, you can be much more aggressive before, but we will need some more detail and just a bottom and a bit of a bounce. So if you start to reclaim this value area low, okay, so if you start to reclaim this value area low, manage to hold it as support, you are into the gap, and so you expect to go to at least here, this TPON daily level. As simple as that, basically. So you have this possible long trade setup. Otherwise, the best way is still to look for a lower for another long. That will be the best, okay, with the long trades we have planned, basically, if we had to go lower. Okay, so yeah, this is a possible long trade. Short bounce from here directly. That will be the sign of strength for high here. We are aware of the gap, that's pretty nice. So yeah, we don't really care about these levels, to be honest, but anyways. Otherwise, what target we can look for if we drop more from here? Well, very simple, the targets we have planned in the last update. So what are these targets? Very simply, the top of the range. So we have, you know, we've got this range, was in for a while. So we have the top of the range, and we have the bottom of the range. So to speak, we have the top of the range first of all, you know, 74,000. We can look for a long. We can look for a long, of course, down to 69,000, because we can look for a fake out of the reclaim of the range, so to speak. We get acceptance back into the range, we hold the 6.86%, and we manage to get some good bullish wave, and we manage to get some good data for a long. So we reclaim the bottom of the range, and we get the reversal. Again, I'm not going to look for a full reversal. I'm going to look for a bounce at first to go more down, and we'll plan the targets, the resistance, and we will see live in the time. If we manage to reclaim this resistance, then this is a good sign of strength. For example, if we manage to reclaim well, first of all 79,000, we're going to look for 84,000, and if we reclaim 84,000, the next big zone of resistance, to be honest with you, is where are these highs. Okay, so we can look for 88,000, then if we reclaim 88,000, we can look basically for 96,000. So you see, step by step we can look for some resistance, and if we start to reclaim, to be fair, 96,000, we are definitely, well, it's not again 100% sure, but we are more likely going towards a new all-time high again. So you can see step by step we'll add up next with a wave and everything. Where is the chart here? Oops. So yeah, this is, but yeah, first of all, I will not look for a full reversal for a new all-time high. I will look for a bounce. I will still be aware of that we can, okay, in the trade idea, it is possible to go for a new all-time high. So for the take profits, okay, I will not take profit too much because this is possible to go that high, but we need to see the reclaim of the resistance live in the time next. Okay, so this is very important, this. But yeah, the idea, first of all, if we bounce here, that will be for a bounce, but to still go lower at some point for me, okay, depending on next if we manage to reclaim the resistance or not. Okay, so anyways, this is the first long target. If we start to break below here the 61886% below, okay, we can extend this to the 61886%, but if we start breaking this 61886%, we can look simply false. We have this value area high weekly negative path control, but again, the best would go down to 60k. Basically 60k is the next big zone of support if we drop below 74,000. Okay, 74, 69,000, this is again a zone. If we drop below this, we can look for 64,500 down to 61,000, but the best and strongest support is sitting at 60k. If we stop, so 60k, again, this is a zone, it's 60k down to this anchor review up, so 55,000. There's some pretty big zone, but we're looking at a bigger time frame, so it's all normal. If we start breaking below here 60k, okay, we're definitely going to take out this bottom, so to speak, the bottom around 84,000. Not at all 84,000. I'm not used to say these small numbers anymore. 48,900. If we start breaking this, very simple thing. So okay, so break the 60k, 56k of support. We can look for this bottom here to be taken at 48,900. And so here again, this is the bottom. So we simply have to trade this as a swing through pan or a failed auction. So as always, a swing through pan, go below, come back up directly, close back above the previous low to just take, well, you just have this, for example. Okay, I don't know if you can, well, here, for example. Okay, you have a high, here you have a low, you just take the previous high and you come back below, you close back below the previous high, and you get a continuation. So you just leave basically the previous high, okay, with a wick above only. Here is the same, that will be a wick below the previous low only, and you get acceptance back above directly, and you close back above. That is a swing £30. Otherwise you can look for a failed auction, so to speak. You go below, okay, you really get acceptance below, you spend some time below to trap as max as short as possible here, and you form something bullish on the order flow, and you reclaim, and you bam 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 get the full reversal. Okay, so either a swing £30 or either a failed auction. If we don't get that, to be fair, the next target is going to come around 36,040, well 36,900 sorry, here on Bitcoin. If we start breaking this, we can look for 28,000. That is a very very big support, this one. And again, this is, well, 60k, 28,000 are the biggest support. We also have 36, but yeah, 60k and 28,000 are the biggest supports we're having. If we start breaking 28,000, again, we're on a bigger time frame, so can we do a big wick below to take out this bottom here and then reclaim around there? Yes, it is possible. So it's a zone, please don't forget this. But yeah, 28,000 is a big support. If we start to break below here, well, we're simply going to get acceptance, you know, back into the gap, into the range, sorry. We have been trading at that place, so we simply have to trade this range again until it breaks. And so if we get acceptance back inside, normally we shall go to the bottom of it, and so we can look for 16k, the 16k bottom here we was at in 2022, by the way. So yeah, these are all the big support we are having basically on Bitcoin. I told you also the biggest ones we had. So yeah, again, we're not there yet, but it depends on what support we break for the time. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that is it for the Bitcoin. For the Bitcoin support. With the resistance, we have planned the resistance. Oh geez, we have planned the resistance. Also, we have mainly the gap above us, basically. Okay, we have the bottom of the gap. Reclaim it. Sorry, we can look for 84,500 basically. Okay, so we have the long as I draw you before, basically. So yeah, we're done with the levels. I think the plan is very clear right now. We have also, so the wave here was looking at, you know, these W, X, Y, X, and Z. Again, these 5 waves. It could be here, of course, a bigger A, B, C to make a W, X, Y, and then drop again, or a bigger 1, 2, 3, or 5. We had to be bullish. Again, that's why I did not took any long here, because, well, it happened. You know, you got the drop. That's why the order flow is very nice for this to recognize such a thing. But yeah, so we've got this nice ABC flat here into the second X wave, and so now the very simple thing is we can go on the forwards and add the Z wave targets, right? So we can pull the extension tool from the W root to the W bottom to the second X wave top. So what target we bounced it from here? 123. Here we rejected, you can see the MC extension again. That's why I'm not using only now anymore the 618, because you can see we rejected here the 71, if I'm correct. The 71 here and the 7x6. Yeah, 71, 7x6 are the MC extension. This is normally something you won't find anywhere else. But you can see if you use only the 618, that will not really be accurate, because this is what you learn when you just learn Elliott wave. Basically, just look for the 618, and that's it. You can see here, you can be even more accurate, but you're looking here at the 71. And also sometimes you have a 70x6 that is getting hit, but you can see here 71, 7x6 are also some very decent extension targets when it comes to the extension tool. Yeah, you can see here the 71 was literally the top here, 1, twice, 3 times. This was the front runner last time here, but yeah, this is still pretty nice, not gonna lie. So in any case, X wave here, normally we have the 5 waves truncated here, but I'm gonna take this one here, as most of the people will look at this top for the pool. So let's get rid of this now, we do not care anymore, and let's place this third click on the X wave top, and so that brings us with the following targets to the downside here. Yeah, let's go with this, that will do the job. Perfect. So we have the MC extension first of all, so the place we're at right now. So we have all of this, now we are only at a 71, 70x6, so that will be this. Okay, if we start to drop below, we have this 70,000 here. So again, it will be the 618.66% below the range top. If we start breaking below here, the 120 extension, we'll have 66. That is this 64, 61 Valera high. Is also a Valera though? No, just a Valera high zone basically. Here, Again, because we don't need to touch that to the dollar, we can go a little bit below its zone as always. Best way to hit the level still. Okay, a bit below, but to the level still. Next target is a 1618, and this one is coming, as you can see, at 60k, so this is pretty lovely. If we start dropping below here, this 1618, please don't forget this is possible. It means simply that we are in a W, X, and a Y, and if you pull the extension tool like this, W, X, and Y, you can see we can go much lower. We have then the 123. The cool thing is that the target match with the levels the fibs we're having right now, but we have the 120 extension on the 1618, and so we can drop even further. 123, that is basically the swing 30 pound of the low was talking about, and then we have the 1618 max target. So of course, because we're not going to do this, okay, to maybe 15k, we are going to bounce at some point to still go lower, but we need these bounce to still go lower because we need to trap some longs to continue the drop. Sorry. So yeah, these are the two configurations I'm looking to the downside, but for now, this is in case we really drop below here the 1618, okay? I'm going to take this big double EXY like this, and so this bigger pull, if we drop below this 1618. For now, we are above, so we can still take this wave and look for this wave, basically. As simple as that. So yeah, yeah, there's a plan on Bitcoin, basically. On the higher time frame. Oh, wow. Sorry. Sorry, this was in case we had to be bullish, but this never happened, so we can get rid of that. Let's remove this wave, to be honest. Boom, boom, boom. A little bit too many smaller waves here. I'll have to sort everything. Smaller wave in C. Okay. And the bullish was what? Yeah. Mega bearish. Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's take this. And Z. I'm really going to get rid of all of this, to be honest. Because we cannot really see what's going on here. I want to cover the higher time frame. The higher time frame. So let me just add everything into some smaller wave folders. I mean folder. This one. This one. Perfect. So, what was the configuration, say, for the higher time frame? Let's do it like this. So, you know, we've got two configurations. It was either this wave 4, okay, this blue wave 4, so the wave 3 top here, then the wave 4, then the wave 5. Either is a yellow wave 3 or 5, either is the top was in already possibly done. This is also something, and this is what I'm more likely looking at right now, to be honest. So can we still be here into this blue wave 4? Well, you can see here, yes, this is possible. Okay, the wave 4 is not breaking, so if in that case, that will be a wave 1, 2 like this. Okay, it will be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the wave 5. Well, the wave 4 is very close to the wave 1 top, to be honest with you, so I will not really look for this at the moment. I did not really got time to think about this, as I was not here on the weekend. But yeah, I don't think we're in this blue wave, to be honest with you. The only configuration here, should we bounce and make a new all-time high, is this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I didn't check the high time frame quite a while now because we have planned this, and so I just cannot remember what was the different configurations. Yeah, that was a mega bullish one. There you go. This is the one I'm thinking about more likely, to be honest with you. Okay, so the 5 ways are done already. Okay, the 5 waves. Can I get rid of all these smaller waves here? This is pretty annoying. There you go. So the 5 waves are done, and so if the 5 waves are done, well, after the 5 waves comes a massive crash, right? So yeah, this is the main configuration, to be honest with you. I'm spotting right now because everything, look at it, was already bearish, the market structure, everything. That's why it did not take any long. But yeah, for me, this is the main configuration, right? So after the 5 waves comes the massive crash. So this is what I will prefer personally, because yeah, this is what I would prefer. As simple as that. This is what I would prefer personally. Now, yeah, I'm aware of this configuration still, where we are into the wave 4. You know, we do the WXYZ, maybe also a longer correction after, you know, we complete the WXYZ. We get a bit of a push up, but still to make a bigger WXY, swipe the lows once more, confirm the wave 4, and then go for the wave 5 again for this to happen. So we'll need some time, we'll have to spend some time on the chart to see the wave we're creating to the upside. All of this to see if we have some better data, because for example here into the long targets we have planned, we've got absolutely nothing good for a long. For some scalp, yes, but for a decent swing long, absolutely nothing, to be honest with you. The data was just very weak to the upside. We've got nothing basically. So yeah, we'll have to see also how looks the order flow, if you start getting some big longs not absorbed. Sorry again, just gonna drink a bit of coffee. Alright, sorry. So yeah, we'll have to see all of this basically in a minute time. But yeah, for now, see, these are the two configurations, either this wave 4 and then the wave 5, either a massive crash, but I will favor a massive crash. It depends next of if we manage to bounce, reclaim, get some good bullish wave, all of this. We'll have to get some time to see this in any case. But yeah, this is a much more preferred configuration, to be honest. Yeah, and so with the index price, because the most important thing is, yes, we've got a 5 waves to the upside, that's pretty cool, but what it means basically, are we looking for a massive crash now to what price exactly, where we have the different configurations here? So we have the first of all, wave 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the thing is, if you check out the index price, you have all this past, well, historical price action there since 2009. If you go on Bybit, for example, here, you don't have all the data before, and on Coinbase it's the same, you have a bit more, but nothing like the index price. You can see here 2015, here you have the 2009 price action. So normally when you start your count, you have to take the oldest historical price action. So here normally this is a good one. So you have the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first of all. This from a, again, there are many configurations possible. That the problem, more historical data you have, more possibilities you're having next. So here in that case, that brings us with a 5 waves up. So bigger wave 1, bigger wave 2. Next you have another 5 waves up here. So 3, 4, 5, can that be this? Normally if you're in an impulsive, you cannot be in the wave 3, 4, 5 like this. Okay, because the wave 4 cannot take the wave on top. Now again, this can be a leading, so if we're in a leading next, we can look for, in that case, a bigger ABC zigzag or impulsive, so to speak. Here we can look for a bigger wave 1, massive, absolutely massive crash. Again, I'm not expecting to go to $10, but we will see a massive crash. And next you can look for a wave band 3, 4, 5, a bigger leading or a bigger impulsive basically to the upside. We can see here on the log scale this can take some time, several years to do this. So yeah, this is the first possible configuration, right? Otherwise, if I can just control everything, that would be nice. Here that was in case we want to get something much bigger to the upside. Well, again, this is possible if you do, you know, the yellow wave 5 here to the upside. What do we have otherwise here? Yeah, again, a massive wave 1, wave 2 here, an ABC zigzag to the upside. So yeah, I mean, you have the wave 1, 2. In the wave 3 here, you have to count 5 waves. So wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have the wave 4 and the wave 5. Again, the wave 5 here, you can take some more time because you can make a bigger wave 1, bigger wave 2, and then the 3, 4, 5 like this to the upside. Again, don't check out the prices just to draw you. So you can see the configurations there are just a lot basically. Okay, so we can look here to speak locally for a bigger wave 1, 2. Well, first of all, for the wave 4, if if we drop below and we invalidate the wave 4, for example, on the RSI, we can look for a bigger wave 1, 2, and if we invalidate the wave 1, 2 on the RSI, so to speak, on the RSI, the wave 2 is taking the wave 1 root bottom, then this is a massive crash. Okay, but I will favor a massive crash. That will be the best of the best, to do the max pain scenario, basically, to also crash the alts like crazy, go really, really low. Also, well, remove a lot of coins from the market, to be honest with you. That will be the best. I'm really glad I did not took any long trade. A ton short, it played out very nicely in the end. SUI, you can see, did not took any long. Atom missed a short here, sadly, so you got a little congrats if you took the long, because I did not took that long trade here before. You've got the bounce, and as I said, you can take a short trade here, Bitcoin being bearish before we take the highs. We did not took the highs, so yeah, it sucks, but anyways, that's the game. Yeah, that would be nice to really kill those some coins, basically. That will be the best. That will be weird, to be fair, on some assets, because here, for example, we've got some 5 waves to the upside on Metis, same as for a year. We've got some nice 5 waves to the upside on a high time frame. So normally we should not take the wave 1 route, but well, we'll see. If we now manage to get some good bullish wave with some good reclaim on Bitcoin and everything, it can change, but for now, yeah, this is not really the case, to be honest with you. But we are bouncing a bit on Bitcoin, by the way, didn't we? Yeah, again, pretty weak rise. We don't have some crazy short at the lows. No. So yeah. That was okay. The longs before got a nice MCO reaction also on the 5 minutes directly from the low. This is pretty insane. Leading to the bounce now, but yeah, the bounce is very weak, to be honest. There are just some shorts closing, getting stopped out. Bit of longs closing here too, but mostly some shorts closing. So yeah, yeah, we'll need to see really, you know, the gap reclaim, the gap bottom reclaim, the big pump to the 84,500, and next one. Once you have done this, you can look next for possible nice reclaim. Okay, so to speak, reclaim this value low, you know, look for this path control even a little bit higher to this low time frame highs. Sorry. If you start to reclaim this, get again nothing bearish of that, you can look for all these highs here to be taken, and if you get nothing of that, you can look for a big pump to 96,000, 97,000. So yeah, we'll get in any case some opportunities to recognize that. No worries, and even if we miss this, there are always some opportunities, so it's all fine, all good. But yeah, the best way is still to recognize that. That will be the best. So yeah, I'm not too worried personally. Yeah, but I will favor again another crash to a few $100, to be honest. But yeah, to come back to 10k is possible. Again, we'll have to lose some support before this happened, but yeah. And what was the third configuration we have planned? Yeah, it was a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we just keep doing some unlimited wave 1, 2 like this. So for example, here this is possible that we have another wave 1, 2, and then we'll get another wave 1, 2, and we'll just be in a bull market like this, you know, wave 1, 2, and we just continue with another wave 1, 2, and we just continue with another wave 1, 2. We have the crash, you know, maybe down to 28k, something like this, and then again another increase in price with a full wave 1, with a full 5 waves to the upside, and we get another crash with 80% crash, 90% crash with a wave 2, and then we again get another wave 1, get another wave 2, and we keep pushing up and up and up with just some wave 1, 2, 1, 2. Like that will be also a nice scenario, not gonna lie. But yeah, only time can tell, basically. And of course, I'm not looking for the big wave 3 or 5 next. Maybe gonna come at some point, but for now, wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll just keep doing this. So these are all the configurations, but you can see it's not giving some real answer, which I'm thinking is going to play out more likely. It's pretty complex to say, right? We'll need to lose some support first of all. To lose some support. As I said, first of all, we can look, you know, for the big wave 4. Where is this? Well, here, by the way. Let's go on the 3 days time frame. First of all, we can look for this yellow wave 4 for a bounce next for the wave 5. If we don't hold this wave 4, we can look for the 5 waves here to be completed. So we can look for a bigger wave 1, a bigger wave 2. And if the wave 2 targets are not holding the line, we get nothing bullish, nothing, we can look for a much more bigger crash, and so normally a massive wave 1, 2 on a higher time frame, to be honest with you. Okay, that will be the plan for the moment, most likely. So let's not be too bearish. I will prefer still to drop like this, but well, let's not be too bearish. We did not lose some major support still. Okay, yeah, that will be the plan, basically, step by step to take. Yeah, so let's see if we can reclaim a few targets there. Let's see what we can get here on the 15 minutes. All the volume here will be around there, I guess. Yeah, again, massive value low at 79,000 here. Let me just mark here the levels. 79,590. There is a gap bottom. There you go, and we have the gap top. So gap top at what price? 84,475. Yeah, perfect. So we can visualize this a little bit better. Good. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to look for shorts here, to be honest with you. I'm in many shorts ready from higher, so I'm interested really in a scalp here. Yeah, so that will be the plan, basically. Congrats if you took the long here. Otherwise, I will wait for a reclaim of the gap bottom, basically this value low. If you reclaim this, it activate the long trade to the gap top here, basically. So you can get this long trade, but you need to see that we get acceptance into the gap, basically, to get this. Okay, we just flip into resistance, there is no trade, basically. So yeah, that is a plan on Bitcoin. As simple as that. And so yeah, on the alts, to be fair, I'm not going to cover a lot because, well, we need Bitcoin bullish in any case for these to turn us bullish too. So yeah, it depends if Bitcoin now is switching bullish. What is gold doing here? Is it dropping big or? So in the end, yeah, by the way, I did took profit only at the new low, because I was saying in Discord, I'll let you know everything in Discord. So I did took profit at the new low here. And so yeah, now I'm just enjoying the profit basically, and stop loss as stop profit. Oops. And yeah, that's it basically. That's it. Again, we can look for on gold if we have to still be bullish on it, because again, there is just a market structure change here locally, but this is not, this is just really on the lower time frame on this asset, because if you take this, I mean, you really have to go and take some much more bigger lows to really change the market structure on a bigger time frame. So locally there is still nothing confirmed basically. Okay, we can still look, for example, because the thing is, on this asset we keep doing some big wave 5. Okay, we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, massive wave 5. Again here 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, massive wave 5. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, massive wave 5. So if we have to keep doing this here, again this can be another 5 waves up, but to make another wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to continue like this, again this wave 5 here, we're going to get another wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we just keep moving up like this again and again. This is something possible. Okay, over here this super bull configuration, so you can still be aware of some support here, to be honest with you, but for this I will not go on this chart there. I will go on that one. Yeah, so the best of the best would come down to here at least, and so get a bounce of that. Where are the levels? I added that in a folder, right? There is no monthly. Do we have any weekly here? little bit below there. Sorry, this update might be a little bit longer than usual, but again, we've got wave series activating. But again, we did got some big moves, so yeah. So well, yeah, the target basically for a long. Yeah, well, that will be this zone here. All this zone here, that will be the best. Now, by the time the anchor, if you want, it will be nice. We get this a little higher down to the weekly. That will be the zone basically. Okay, if we have to make a wave 2, otherwise we might see a drop down to the next targets we have planned basically. So yeah, there's a plan on gold. If we have still to be super bullish, that will be the target to hold. Otherwise, we can look for the big white wave 4 into these target A3, one of, well, the 3 targets basically. As simple as that. Yeah, so NQ and ES are dropping massively. We are changing now the market structure on this time frame also locally, so this is pretty cool. We are now into the first high time frame target we have planned. I was looking for this low here to be taken into this anchor rate view up, so this is pretty lovely. We are now switching to a possible bearish market structure. Again, to confirm this, we need to put a lower high, so to speak. We have a high, low, high, higher high, and now we need to hold a lower high. So at some point, of course, we're not just going to drop like this in one red candle. We are going to bounce, and we are going to plan the resistance, and we'll have to see if we hold this resistance or not. And if we do hold this resistance, we can take a short and bet on a possible bigger drop next to the downside here. Okay, so yeah, we are switching the possible market structure to really bearish right now. So this is a nice confirmation here already. Again, I will not show directly here. I will show the retracement at some point when we get one. Okay, but yeah, this is pretty cool already to see that we are changing the possibly changing the market structure. Now we need to hold, of course, a lower high next. But yeah, this is cool. And on ES, where are we right now? Well, yeah, again, we can extend that to the anchor review up here. So yeah, into the first one again, below the value high. Yeah, that's nice. Into the first target here, this anchor review up. There are some pretty strong targets, not gonna lie. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so well, if we break this, we're going to see a big drop down to this monthly level around 4,200 basically, and on NQ we can look for 15,000 basically next. And if we do break this, again, this is a zone, we can go down to this bottom there. If we start breaking this, normally we can look for the lows there, to be honest. So yeah, yeah, and everything is crashing massively here. Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't took any long on the outs, to be fair. This is really good to see that we did go the drop, the continuation. Yeah, nice. Alright, so we are done, I think, for today. Nothing more to add on these markets. We have the plan on Bitcoin. This is the most important. Then the outs are going to follow in any case if Bitcoin is doing something and is switching bullish. We have the plan, so we are ready for the next possible move to the downside, to the upside. Do we have some news? I think not at the beginning of the week, but later, yes. So we have the FOMC on Wednesday and some, yeah, some important news. But yeah, it's all later this week, Monday, Tuesday. There is nothing, so we'll see this and cover that on Wednesday. Just gonna check the chat before to turn off the stream. So good morning to you all. What's up with a rebound? Any news? No idea. I'm not a news trader, to be fair, so I have no idea about the news. Morning, mate. Good resistance. Oh yeah, on the 15 minutes. Is the volume the same? Because I did took the short on the other exchange. I mean, other TVC. Okay, yeah, it's the same. Yeah, nice. So any good resistance here? That's a good question. Do we have any monthly? No. Weekly? Yes. Alright. And daily is much higher. Yeah, but I just don't want it right now. There you go. Well, the biggest resistance, to be fair, will be this anchor if you want value yellow zone here. The confluence sucks here, to be honest with you. It really sucks. Yeah, here, you know, it's like before, you know, you've got, for example, here, the anchor if you up from the all-time high. At the time, you've got the path control anchor if you up 61886%. You can see here, I mean, nothing is lining up basically together really. The weekly is before the 61886%, the 61886% before the path control. The anchor if you up here is below the weekly level. I mean, yeah, the big resistance will be this zone, basically, to be honest with you. That will be the best resistance. But yeah, otherwise, again, we can extend that to this 61886 path control, but this is not a very easy target, this one, not gonna lie. At that point, the best way to go and swing through pan these highs, to be fair. Yeah, that will be the first resistance. We can look for a complex approach of this resistance into the 61886% path control, but the best way to go and swing through pan is high, to be fair. If we have to show that. Yeah, that'll be the plan on that one. Yeah. Thanks, mate. I appreciate the feedback. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, the video are here to help you, basically. So yeah, I'm glad if you like them. That's pretty cool. Thanks, mate, for your message. Where you trade gold? Oh, it's just paper trade, bro. Basically, it's just paper trade here. Paper trade connect here. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's because it's the other one. I was like, where is my trade? Yeah, it's this one, but just paper trade. I'm not trading it on a real account. This is just paper trade. Where is gold? Here. But normally, when you just click on logout, you can see connect through a trusted broker. You can see where you can trade this market. Well, you can trade gold with OKX. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Oh, what OKX. Yeah, you can trade gold on. This is a crypto, basically, but you can trade gold. I mean, it looks like, at least. Yeah, you can see it. You can trade gold on this. So you can. This is a crypto. Oh yeah, I might do this, by the way. All right. But this short now is much more complex than the one before, because before it was a very precise and you've got only one resistance basically, but now you have this is not the best resistance ever. But you can see all the exchange here. You get below, basically all the exchange below here, and you can even explore the brokers, if I'm correct, and you can see all the brokers, stocks, and what is that? For everything, basically. You can choose next. I started in Forex personally. There is not even the broker I was using here. Oh yeah, there you go, FX, yeah. On MetaTrader. I remember. Oh wow, that was a while ago. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, this is just I'm just doing some paper trade on this because, as you know, I'm mainly trading crypto. So, do you ever think of doing a prop firm challenge? What's that? FTMO. Prop firm challenge. What is that? Oh, it's like yeah, it's a challenge. Yeah, stupid. And so it was like FTM. I can see FTM was about prop trading firms. Yes, no, I did not. Show us your talent and be rewarded. Well, I mean, I'm rewarding myself already, so to be fair, I don't know what is it exactly for. The trading skills on a simulated trading platform, improve trading on a demo FTM account without. Yeah, no, I never saw that. Trading objectives. Well, why not? But to be fair, I'm not in need of doing this. So I mean, again, it can be good for, you know, the marketing and everything like that. But I mean, I'm not in this anymore. My job is trading. It's not doing marketing on YouTube. So I have been doing this, you know, for well, marketing. Again, I was more a trading at that time. But you can see I did not post any videos for 4 months now because I'm doing 3 lives a week. I don't find the time, to be fair, to make videos anymore. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'll have a look at this, but I mean, FX anymore. Oh, forex. Well, because crypto is much more volatile, you can make much more money with crypto. Again, you can lose much more, but if you have good risk management, it's all good. To be fair, you have to understand the risk and see the risk and get a good risk management, basically. But I went in crypto basically because, yeah, you can make much more profit because this is much more volatile. You can make much more profit in a short period of time. So that's the reason why I moved to crypto fully. And yeah, that's a reason why. Because again, you can make some big gains also on forex, but I don't know, crypto is better in my opinion. Again, this is just for me. You can get a complete another opinion. It depends of you basically, but yeah, I do prefer crypto personally. You can make much more money. Again, lose much more, but you can make much more. So at the same time, if you understand the risk and you manage your risk, of course. So yeah, that's why I'm not really trading FX anymore. For example, I was, spotting with the war. Well, again, I don't like to make money also on such things, but I was spotting, like the ruble, so the Russian money. Is it here or maybe euro, because I'm in Europe, in France. Where is this? I guess it's not in this one. It might be here. No, here. Let me just show you this. Main. Here? No, not that one. Here. Oh, well, maybe it's a USD. Yeah, there we go. And like, I could make a lot of money on this, for example. We've got like some 5 ways up here. Again, I was not looking for a buy the dip here, but I've planned many levels that I think. But you can see here, for example, you've got this range. I was looking for a long and for for a short, basically. At the no, by the way, for again for a long, for a short. I did not took any of these trades, but I could make a lot of money on this one here. For example, if I was trading this long short, you also got the range here. That was a Valera high 61866% here, if I'm correct. Like in the time, or maybe no, I can't remember exactly, but you've got some very good setups on this. No, this was not the Valera high, but I mean, you can see 61866% retest. Again here, another one into the middle of the range. And next you've got this now is down, this nice downtrend here for a bounce, for a flipped resistance of the bottom of the range. Next you got another continuation down bounce of the Valera low, flip again the, well, not the range, but this downtrend here. That is the top of the range, by the way, into resistance. Go to the next target. You can see I did not touch the chart since then, by the way. Got another bounce of the monthly, and what is this? I guess it's 1618. So again, the levels on this are really well respected, but I mean, I don't want to make some money on things like that, where you make some money on wars and stuff like this. That's just not my kind of, yeah, that's not my love it thing, to be fair. So yeah, you can see you got a bounce. My target was basically this highs here. You can see you got a nice failed auction above, drop again, and I stop it here to do some TAs on that. But you can see it again. This is, the levels are really super well respected. Now you have the encourage view up from the all-time high, not the very all-time high, because the very all-time high is very far away. But you got some, yeah, the levels are just really well respected on that, to be honest. Why are the why do we see all this again? Is the updates is just how do we change that again? I completely forgot. Indicators, there you go, input values, because this is just really annoying. And I'll have to no apply, save as the MOONCHARTS template. I don't know why it's doing this sometimes. Yes, I want to replace. There you go, nice. So yeah, again, you have many good setups on this, but again, it's taking a while to play out. It's just if you be, again, I will not be wrong on this a lot, to be fair, if I was trading this. But if you trade this, for example, you'll be wrong on one move, you just have to wait like so long before to get another trade, or you have to day trade this like very hard. But for such move, you have to be to remain patient a lot, and this is something I don't want anymore. I didn't want it also anymore. That's why I moved it to crypto, basically, also because you can just trade, get some really good setups and volatility, not every day, but sometimes. And so yeah, this is, in my opinion, well, again, if you like the risk, this is very nice. That's why I'm moving also from the forex. Yeah, and just overall, you can see the forex, for example, is not bouncing much on the long term compared to a crypto, where you can make some. You can see from the low to the top here, you make 1000% in half of a year. So yeah, I think the question is, yeah, you can make some decent money fast. Again, you can lose also very fast, but at some point, if you use it way, you understand the cycles and everything. You have a good risk management. You are really careful next on the retrace and everything of Bitcoin. So you have to also see what Bitcoin is doing and everything, but the context on Bitcoin, but you can make some really big money very quick on these crypto markets compared to the, well, to the regulated by banks and governments assets, basically. That's also why to not be tracked by these. But anyways, so yeah, that is the thing. So yeah, per se, I prefer crypto, but yeah, again, everyone have their own preference, right? Yeah, I remember using like MACD and things like that when I really started trading. This was pretty funny. I was like, oh my god, like I was like, with a 1 week experience, I was using MACD. It is still, I think, yeah, it's a MACD or what? yeah, wow, this was just something pretty crazy. What is that? No, this is not the thing. Oh yeah, that was this. Oh, there you go. Here you go, perfect. How are we getting rid of that? How do you get rid of that thing? Okay, okay. So yeah, I was using this, for example, like on these on the forex, and I was like, oh my god, this is just super easy on the forex. And I really made money with using the MACD, by the way. But I mean, at some point, yeah, the order flow is much better in any case. Oh wow, yeah, good memories on that, not gonna lie. Yeah. But anyways, oh wow, what is this again? MACD strategy, there you go. Yeah, this was some things at the very beginning. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, I mean, you can make money on forex, of course. There's a market where you can, but I do prefer a lot more crypto than forex now, and for a few years now, like 3-4 years, maybe even more, by the way. 4 years now. Wow, yes, 4 years already. How long have you been trading? Since 2000. Let me check on the website. Normally it's there. About. I can't remember because I was still in my studies. Yeah, when I was 17. So in 2018 I started, but like I was still doing, you know, school and everything, so I was not really active in there. Yeah, mainly in 2019 I started really. I was still focused on my studies, so I really started everything in 2021. But 2019, yes, I started really to check out the markets and everything. And next year I was, you know, meeting some people in Discord servers and everything. Don't know if some people here was there. No, there was some people like here. This guy, for example, and you got many more. Was here at the very beginning in 2001. That was pretty nice. But yeah, started really in 2019 and really 2019. Well, yeah, I started in any case in 2019, and then I really started MOONCHARTS in 2021. So I really got like 3 years in trading already experience before to really start MOONCHARTS. 2-3 years, and yeah. So yeah, since 2019. So yeah, it's been 6 years already. Wow. Yeah, 6 years. Jeez, time go fast. This is crazy. Yeah, time go fast. By the way, Bitcoin is pulling back a bit from the VWAP. So let's see if we can get a pullback target here, if we can get along before to go off. All right. Well, again, this is very high. We can look for an SFP into the 38.2 Valera high here, but well, yeah, again, this is a possible long trade again to trade based off the reaction. We'll see what's happening 11 at a time, but you have this possible long trade setup. Sorry, to ride this up to VWAP and maybe to a new high if we manage to get the good data of that. But yeah, if we do break this, the next target is really coming below here, to be fair. Yeah, 74,000, 75,000. Yeah, next target is really this. Okay, so yeah, that will be the next target, but yeah, the best way to make overall still one more new low, you know, into the range high. It's not there. No, it's not. So yeah, that will be the range high, basically the next big target. But yeah, we can get, again, this is really more for scalpers. Depending on the reaction there. Otherwise we can look for yeah, the 66% path control zone with the old, well, no, still the weekly negative path control there, the zone basically. And if we get nothing of that, there is no real big support anymore, so I would not really look for long anymore, to be fair. Yeah, that is a plan basically right now. And we'll have some nice shorts, well, again, not big, but just a few shorts coming in at the view up. No absorption before, but no long, so no need. Yeah, well, for me there is just no trade right now. This is just yeah, nothing at the moment. So yeah, that's it for today. That's it for today. So let's see how far this market is going to go. Again, this is it's cool in the end to crash. Like yeah, this is very cool, to be fair, to crash again. You gotta bounce, but I say I'm not taking this long. I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, in the end this is better because, you know, with it's the pump.fun website. You've got like you went from a few thousand cryptos to millions of cryptos, and it's like the, how do you say, the, oh gee, I mean caps, yeah, I'm stupid, supply and demand. If you have like too many supply, there is no more demand, right? Not a lot of demand. So yeah, to millions of crypto, so of course this is crashing, right? So I saw that we've got like less supply now. So yeah, to crash is better in my opinion. So we get less and less and less supply, and of course if you start getting less and less and less and less supply, you'll get more demand at some point. So it's cool to crash. Again, that would be cool to get a massive crash to wreck a lot of people. It's sad, but again, this is we need these people to make money, right? In trading, again, it's like a company. You take the others' money still in any case in a company. It's not the same way, but well, you take the people's money in the company, right? So here's the same in the markets. You take the others' money too. Yeah, in any case, someone making money is taking somebody else's money, right? So it's yeah, it sucks, but it's like that. Yeah, so maybe a long here on Bitcoin, otherwise much lower. At around the 6.86%, and yeah, that's it really. So let's see how far we go here. If we manage to reclaim the gap bottom, if so, then that can activate a long trade setup, possible swing, to be fair, because that might get, well, again, we'll have a 5,000 bounce, so this can still give a nice trade, to be fair. But now we are remaining below. There are some possible scalps to take here, but from the low here, what is the price? Yeah, yeah, now the longs normally did took profit. You got an MC strat at the bottom here. I gave the bounce, by the way, and now the target is hit. So yeah, overall lower still would be nice, unless we start to reclaim the bottom of the gap. And otherwise, when you go lower, you can look for this next zone. Well, the next zone basically will be this, not this anymore. That will be this, to be honest with you. Okay, down to the 6.86%, and next we can bounce off 64,500, 61,000, but the best way to go down to 60,000 basically. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's update. This was a little bit long, but again, we've got a bit of a crash here, so it's to take the time to talk about everything. And yeah, wishing you all a brilliant day ahead. The news are coming later this week, so we'll be talking about this on a Wednesday. Again, I don't care about the result or whatever. It's just, well, you can see already the calendar here, but it's just good to be aware of the time basically to write some possible good moves as always. So yeah, take care of you as always. Hope you have been able to feel some nice shorts, and you're in some nice shorts. And if you're not in some shorts and only some longs, it sucks, not gonna lie, but wait for the pullback to occur before jumping some shorts. Do not try to short the market like this, because we're dropping. Really wait for the resistance, and you're always going to get some good setups coming to you. So no worries, don't be in a rush. you're always going to get some opportunities, right? So yeah, take care of you, and see you all Wednesday on for the next one. Otherwise, I'll catch you all over the Discord or maybe in a YouTube video, but I'm not sure, to be fair with you. I think it will be in the next live stream, and otherwise in Discord. Have a nice one. Take care. Cheers.